Testament.
Where's your animal sacrifice? You don't believe in it because you're not real Jew.
That's not real
You're
Jew.
a phony. You're a fraud.
Oh, I'm a fraud.
You're not Jewish.
Have you ever read the Old
Somebody lied to you.
Testament?
Did you even keep the Sabbath today?
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, and this is what you're doing now?
I'm not working. I'm not spending my money. This is
But
my
you're
salary.
hanging around sin.
I live in the
This
French
is what
Quarter.
you're doing.
So what? What are you doing? You're hanging around sin.
Absolutely incredible. Would Isaiah be doing what you're doing on a Saturday night or what I'm doing on a Saturday night?
Neither. Isaiah lived in my country. He lived in Market.
He would have been preaching against sin like this, not indulging in sin like this.
You be in hell suffering forever and ever and ever because you chose to worship Mary, or you chose to be a Muslim or a sodomite or a murderer or a liar. That's what you chose to do. That's what you chose to do.
Hindus, right? Hindus getting drunk, Hindus shooting the bird, Hindus. You got a real powerful God, don't you? You got a real powerful God. You got a real powerful God, don't you? Huh? Out here drinking, getting drunk. Yeah, sure. There you go. Look at the Hindus. You got a real powerful God, don't you? Out here on Bourbon Street, partying like every other devil. Partying like every other devil, huh?
Yeah, fornicate and murder. That's what God is for. I'll tell you, God said thou shalt not kill. You're a murderer. Murderer. And you come up here boasting about your murder of a baby. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're on your way to hell, young man. You're on your way to hell, young man. You guys think this is a joke? God is going to give his judgment. See? You've been judged to get dunked in the lake of fire one day. It's not going to be water. It's going to be fire. And it's going to come in a sun just like that. Judgment is going to come upon you just like that, young man. And you're going to burn forever. Because you choose not to heed the warnings of God. Young man, you are being a fool. You'll be a fool when you reject Jesus Christ. You're wicked. You're a murderer. 5,600 babies murdered every day because of this. Because of women that won't keep their legs tied together. They won't be modest. They won't be women with integrity. They want to be loose, wicked beasts before God. That's what they want to be. Get out of here, man. Don't you be so wicked. I don't forgive you because you're wicked. And Jesus wouldn't forgive you for being wicked either. Number 9, he's got your number. You want to be a vile, wicked pervert before God? I'll tell you what, God is going to judge you according to the way that you deal with Jesus Christ. You deal with Jesus as him being a reprobate.
He will come and meet you like that. But if you're like, hey, I want you, God, but you're still going the wrong direction, you're fooling yourself. And God cannot help you. God will give you over to your own desires. And you will never see in Satan and you will be corrupted. Don't fool yourself. Don't play anything.
Give him a dollar.
That conscience to increase what is right and wrong, to be able to discern and to react to those things. And if that conscience gets seared, it means damage. It's like that's like an automobile without an oil lamp. You run that motor so hot, it just explodes. Conscience.
I mean, I know what I'm doing is wrong. I just
do something with it if you know what is wrong. You know?
Yeah.
I won't play with it. Say, okay, you know.
We can quote scripture all day long if that's what you want.
Well, then what part did you miss then?
I haven't really missed a whole lot.
Well, then why are you dressed like you dress? Why you talk like you talk? Why do you act like you act?
Would you ask that to an Ethiopian who has no clothing, is only wearing loincloth?
Isn't the whole thing about
Hey, oh, I'm sorry, I spilled that.
isn't the whole thing about Jesus Christ being accepted? You're a hypocrite.
Can you show
Hypocrite. You are so sad. You are a hypocrite. You have no
What is your
idea
question?
what the
Out,
people
you can
talk
ask me
about.
anything you want.
What about Romans 1?
Go back to
Men
you,
lying
Paul.
with men, women lying with women. That it's an
What about
abomination.
the whole book of Ecclesiastes that talks about all of that? See, you want to just take out tiny little passages of the scripture.
Whole chapter.
That's what you're doing. You want to take out tiny little passages of scripture.
What did
What
Jesus
about the
say?
scripture that says, "But I have not come for a spirit of fear, but a spirit of sound mind"?
That's right.
But that's what you're preaching is fear.